Have you ever wondered what happens when you take your last breath? When the body becomes still and the world as you know it fades away? Most people fear this moment, seeing it as the ultimate end. But what if everything you've been told about death is wrong? What if that final exhale isn't an ending at all, but the most extraordinary awakening your soul will ever experience? Right now, as you listen to these words, your consciousness exists within the confines of flesh and bone. But beneath the surface of your everyday awareness lies something infinitely more magnificent. Your soul has been on a journey spanning countless lifetimes, and this current existence is just one chapter in an epic story that transcends time itself. Picture this. You're lying in bed, struggling with a vivid dream that feels completely real. In the dream, you're living an entire life, experiencing joy, pain, love, and loss. Then suddenly you wake up. The dream world that felt so solid moments before dissolves into nothingness, and you realize you were somewhere else entirely. This is precisely what death represents for the soul. What we call life is the dream, and what we call death is the moment of awakening into true reality. Ancient wisdom traditions across every culture have whispered this secret for millennia. The Tibetan Book of the Dead speaks of consciousness navigating realms beyond physical existence. Hindu scriptures describe the soul's eternal journey through multiple incarnations. Even modern near-death experiences consistently report the same phenomenon. Consciousness not only survives bodily death, but expands into something far more vast and beautiful than anything imaginable in physical form. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. The moment your soul separates from your physical body, you don't simply float into some vague afterlife. Instead, you enter what could be described as the ultimate cosmic planning room. Think of it as the universe's most sophisticated mission control center, where your soul begins the profound process of reviewing, understanding, and preparing for what comes next. The first phase of this awakening involves what spiritual teachers call the life review. But this isn't some harsh judgment session with a bearded figure on a throne. Instead, imagine sitting in a theater where the most compelling movie ever made begins to play. The movie is your life, but you're not just watching it. You're experiencing every single moment from multiple perspectives simultaneously. You feel the joy you brought to others and the pain you may have caused. You understand the ripple effects of every choice, every word, every gesture of kindness or cruelty. Most remarkably, you experience these moments not through the filter of ego or self-justification, but with the pure clarity of your soul's wisdom. There's no condemnation here, only understanding. No punishment, only learning. During this review, something extraordinary happens. Your soul begins to recognize patterns. Perhaps you notice that throughout this lifetime, you struggled with feelings of unworthiness. Or maybe you see how fear held you back from expressing your authentic self. These aren't random observations. They're crucial insights that will shape your soul's next evolutionary leap. This is where the real magic begins. Your soul doesn't just passively observe these patterns. It actively chooses how to address them in future experiences. If this lifetime was marked by emotional isolation, your soul might choose circumstances in the next life that will challenge you to open your heart. If you hoarded wealth and resources, you might select a life of simplicity to learn about generosity and trust. The planning process is incredibly sophisticated. Your soul works with what can only be described as a council of wise beings, advanced consciousness that have walked similar paths and now serve as cosmic advisors. Together, you examine countless possibilities. What lessons need to be learned? What gifts need to be developed? What karma needs to be balanced? Here's something that will shift your entire perspective on your current life. Before you were born into this world, your soul carefully selected every major circumstance of your existence. Your parents weren't chosen randomly. Your country, your culture, your historical time period, even your physical characteristics were all deliberately picked to provide the exact experiences your soul needed for growth. Think about your parents for a moment. Whether your relationship with them has been loving, challenging, or complicated, your soul chose them specifically. If you were born to nurturing, supportive parents, perhaps your soul needed to learn about self-worth and trust. If you experienced a more difficult family dynamic, your soul might have been working on lessons of resilience, forgiveness, or breaking generational patterns. This doesn't mean your parents are perfect or that their choices were always right. It means your soul recognized that these particular individuals, with their unique strengths, wounds, and quirks, would create the precise environment needed for your spiritual development. Even the challenges, the conflicts, and the disappointments serve your soul's higher purpose. Your soul's planning extends far beyond family selection. The era you're living in right now, with its specific global challenges and opportunities, was chosen deliberately. If you're alive during times of rapid technological change, perhaps your soul came to learn about adaptation and maintaining human connection in a digital world. If you're experiencing political upheaval or social transformation, your soul might be here to contribute to collective healing or to learn about standing up for truth. Even your fears and struggles contain profound clues about your soul's mission. That deep fear of rejection you carry? It might indicate your soul chose to work on self-acceptance and authentic expression in this lifetime. The financial challenges that seem to follow you? Perhaps your soul is learning about trust, abundance consciousness, or finding worth beyond material accumulation. But here's where free will enters the picture. While your soul created a general roadmap before birth, you maintain complete freedom to choose how you navigate that path. Think of it like planning a cross-country road trip. Your soul mapped out the starting point, destination, and major stops along the way. But you get to decide which routes to take, how long to stay in each place, and what experiences to have along the journey. Some souls take the scenic route, learning lessons gradually through gentle experiences. Others choose the highway, embracing intense challenges that accelerate growth. Both approaches are perfectly valid. Your soul trusts you to make choices that align with your highest good, even when those choices seem difficult or confusing from your human perspective. This brings us to one of the most beautiful aspects of soul planning, the selection of soul companions. Before incarnating, your soul doesn't venture into physical existence alone. It makes agreements with other souls to play significant roles in each other's lives. These agreements are made from a place of profound love and mutual commitment to growth. Some soul companions agree to be family members, offering lessons about unconditional love, loyalty, or working through family dynamics. Others commit to being teachers, mentors, or friends who appear at crucial moments with exactly the wisdom or support you need. Still others agree to play more challenging roles, perhaps serving as catalysts for growth through conflict or heartbreak. The most profound soul agreements involve what many call soulmates or twin flames. These are souls with whom you share an exceptionally deep bond, often developed over multiple lifetimes together. When you encounter such a soul, the recognition is unmistakable. There's an immediate sense of familiarity, as if time and space collapse in that moment of meeting. But contrary to popular belief, soulmate connections aren't always romantic, and they're not always easy. Sometimes these profound soul bonds manifest as intense friendships, mentor relationships, or even challenging partnerships that push both individuals toward unprecedented growth. The key characteristic of a true soul connection is that it helps both people become more authentically themselves. How can you recognize when you've encountered a soul companion? The signs are often subtle but powerful. Conversations flow effortlessly, as if you're continuing a dialogue that began long ago. There's a sense of being truly seen and understood at the deepest level. Even conflicts or challenges between you feel productive rather than destructive, leading to growth rather than resentment. Throughout all of this soul planning and connecting, you're never walking alone. Before birth, your soul also selects spiritual guides, evolved beings who commit to offering guidance and protection throughout your earthly journey. These guides don't control your choices or interfere with your free will, but they provide subtle influences, intuitive nudges, and synchronistic events to help you stay aligned with your soul's purpose. Have you ever experienced what seemed like perfect timing? A chance encounter that changed your life direction? An intuitive feeling that saved you from danger? A book that fell off the shelf at exactly the moment you needed its message? These aren't coincidences. They're your spiritual guides working behind the scenes, gently steering you toward opportunities for growth and away from experiences that no longer serve your evolution. Your guides communicate through various channels. Sometimes it's that quiet inner voice that whispers direction during moments of uncertainty. Other times it's external signs, repeated number patterns, or meaningful songs that play at significant moments. They might even work through other people, inspiring someone to offer exactly the words of encouragement or practical help you need. The relationship between you and your spiritual guides is one of love, respect, and collaboration. They celebrate your victories and offer comfort during your struggles. They never judge your choices, even when you take detours from your planned path. Instead, they help you find your way back to alignment when you're ready. This understanding of soul planning and spiritual guidance transforms how you view the challenges in your current life. That relationship that ended painfully, it might have been a soul contract completion, where both individuals learned what they came to learn together. The job loss that felt devastating, perhaps it was guidance redirecting you toward work more aligned with your soul's purpose. The health challenge that forced you to slow down. Maybe it was your soul's way of creating space for inner reflection and spiritual growth. Even trauma and suffering, as difficult as they are to understand from a human perspective, often serve profound purposes in the soul's development. Some of the most evolved souls choose extremely challenging lifetimes, knowing that intense experiences can accelerate spiritual growth in ways that comfortable lives cannot. This doesn't mean you should seek out suffering or remain passive in difficult situations. Rather, it suggests approaching life's challenges with curiosity instead of pure resistance. What might your soul be learning through this experience? How might you be growing in ways that wouldn't be possible otherwise? What strengths are being developed that will serve you in this life and beyond? The concept of karma plays a crucial role in soul planning, but not in the punitive way many people understand it. Karma isn't cosmic punishment for past wrongdoings. Instead, it's the natural law of balance, ensuring that every soul has opportunities to experience all aspects of existence. If your soul caused pain in a previous lifetime, it might choose to experience healing pain in this one, not as punishment, but as a pathway to developing compassion and wisdom. Similarly, positive karma from past lives can manifest as natural talents, supportive relationships, or favorable circumstances that seem to come easily. But even these gifts carry responsibility. A soul born with exceptional intelligence might be here to use that gift in service of others. Someone blessed with natural charisma might be tasked with inspiring positive change in the world. Understanding karma this way removes blame and victim consciousness from difficult experiences. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you can ask, "What is this experience here to teach me?" This shift in perspective moves you from powerlessness to empowerment, from victimhood to conscious participation in your own spiritual evolution. Your current lifetime is unfolding exactly as your soul intended, even if the path looks different from what your human mind expected. Every person you've met, every experience you've had, every triumph and setback has been part of your soul's carefully crafted curriculum for growth. This doesn't mean everything that happens is predetermined, but rather that your soul has infinite wisdom in creating opportunities for the exact lessons you need to learn. The beauty of this understanding is that it brings profound meaning to even the most ordinary moments. That conversation with a stranger in line at the coffee shop might be a planned encounter. The book that catches your eye at the library could contain a message your soul is ready to receive. The dream that stays vivid in your memory might be guidance from your spiritual team. When you recognize that your entire life is sacred, that every experience is infused with purpose, a profound shift occurs in how you navigate daily existence. You become more present, more aware, more grateful for the intricate tapestry your soul is weaving through your human experience. This awareness also transforms how you relate to death, whether your own eventual transition or the loss of loved ones. Death becomes not an ending but a graduation, not a tragedy but a return home. When someone you love dies, you can find comfort in knowing that their soul is continuing its eternal journey, possibly even preparing for another incarnation where you might meet again in different roles. For your own eventual death, this understanding removes fear and replaces it with curiosity and even anticipation. What will your life review reveal? How will your soul choose to grow from the experiences of this lifetime? What new adventures await in the next chapter of your eternal existence? But you don't have to wait until death to access this wisdom. Your soul is available to you right now, in this moment, offering guidance about your current life's purpose and direction. Through meditation, contemplation, and quiet listening, you can tap into the deeper knowing that exists beyond your everyday thinking mind. Pay attention to what brings you alive, what fills you with passion and purpose. Notice the themes that keep appearing in your life, the lessons that repeat until you master them, the dreams that refuse to be ignored. These are messages from your soul, reminders of why you chose to be here and what you came to accomplish. Your deepest wounds often point toward your greatest gifts. If you've experienced betrayal, perhaps you're here to learn about trust and authentic relationships. If you've struggled with scarcity, you might be developing an understanding of true abundance. If you felt different or outcast, your uniqueness might be exactly what the world needs from you. The journey of awakening to your soul's purpose doesn't require dramatic changes or mystical experiences. It starts with simple recognition that you are far more than your physical body, your thoughts, or your circumstances. You are an eternal being having a human experience, not a human being having occasional spiritual moments. Every challenge you face becomes more workable when viewed through this lens. Every relationship becomes an opportunity for mutual growth. Every choice becomes a chance to align more closely with your soul's intended path. Life transforms from a series of random events to an intricately designed curriculum for consciousness expansion. As you move forward from this moment, carry with you the understanding that nothing in your life is accidental. Your soul chose this specific incarnation with its unique blend of gifts and challenges because it was perfect for your continued evolution. Trust the process, even when you can't see the bigger picture. Your soul's wisdom extends far beyond what your human mind can comprehend. Remember that you're surrounded by love and support, both from the spiritual guides who watch over you and from the soul family members sharing this earthly journey with you. You're never alone, never lost, never beyond the reach of divine grace and guidance. Your awakening beyond life has already begun. It started the moment you opened to the possibility that you are more than you appear to be, that your existence has profound purpose, that death is not an ending, but a doorway to even greater adventures in consciousness. The next time you look in the mirror, see not just a physical body, but a magnificent soul wearing a temporary costume. Honor the courage it took to incarnate into this challenging but beautiful world. Appreciate the wisdom that guided your soul's choices before birth. Celebrate the growth you've already achieved through the experiences of this lifetime. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, surrounded by exactly the people who can best support your evolution. Your soul knew what it was doing when it chose this life, and it continues to guide you toward your highest fulfillment. The story of your soul's journey is still being written, and you hold the pen. How will you choose to continue this extraordinary adventure in consciousness? What new chapters of growth, love, and awakening are you ready to create? Your soul is waiting for your answer, ready to support whatever direction you choose to explore. If this journey resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to Arcane Horizons and continue exploring the mysteries of existence. And when you're ready for the next step, just click on the video to your left.